Good morning, Mr. Smith. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Good morning. It's my pleasure. How can I assist you?
I'm working on a piece about the importance of learning English in today's globalized world. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Well, English has become the lingua franca of the modern world. It's the primary language of international communication, commerce, science, and diplomacy. So for anyone looking to participate fully in these arenas, a strong command of English is essential.
Absolutely. And what about the role of English in education?
English proficiency opens doors to higher education opportunities worldwide. Many prestigious universities offer courses and programs taught entirely in English. So for students aspiring to study abroad or pursue academic research, mastering English is a prerequisite.
That makes sense. But learning a new language can be challenging. What are some effective strategies for language acquisition?
Indeed, language learning requires dedication and practice. Immersion is one of the most effective methods. This can involve surrounding oneself with English-speaking environments, such as watching English language movies, listening to English music, and engaging in conversations with native speakers whenever possible.
And what about formal language classes?
Formal classes provide structured learning environments and opportunities for guided practice. They offer instruction in grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and cultural nuances. However, supplementing classroom learning with real-life exposure is crucial for achieving fluency.
Are there any common obstacles that learners face when studying English?
Certainly, pronunciation can be challenging as English has many irregularities and exceptions. Additionally, mastering grammar rules and idiomatic expressions can be daunting. However, consistency, patience, and a positive attitude are key to overcoming these obstacles.
What advice would you give to someone just starting their journey to learn English?
I would encourage them to set realistic goals, stay motivated, and practice regularly. It's also helpful to find enjoyable ways to incorporate English into daily life, whether through hobbies, social activities, or online resources. And above all, don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're an essential part of the learning process.
With the rise of technology, do you think it's changing how people learn English?
Absolutely. Technology has revolutionized language learning in many ways. There are countless apps, websites, and online courses dedicated to teaching English. These platforms offer interactive lessons, immersive experiences, and personalized learning paths tailored to individual needs and preferences.
That sounds promising. Are there any specific tech tools or resources you recommend for English learners?
There are several reputable platforms worth exploring, such as Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and Babbel, which offer comprehensive language courses accessible from anywhere with an internet connection. Additionally, language exchange websites and apps like Tandem or HelloTalk connect learners with native speakers for conversational practice and cultural exchange.
It's fascinating how technology is making language learning more accessible and engaging. Do you think traditional classroom settings?
While technology has certainly transformed education, I don't believe traditional classrooms will become obsolete. There's still immense value in face-to-face interaction, peer collaboration, and personalized guidance from qualified instructors. Blending traditional teaching methods with innovative technologies can provide learners with the best of both worlds.
It's fascinating how technology is making language learning more accessible and engaging. Do you think traditional classroom settings will eventually become obsolete?
I believe English language education will continue to evolve in response to shifting global dynamics and technological advancements. There will likely be greater emphasis on digital literacy, cross-cultural communication, and real-world application of language skills. Additionally, as the world becomes increasingly interconnected, there will be growing demand for English proficiency across diverse industries and sectors.
That's a balanced perspective. Lastly, what do you envision for the future of English language education?
Likewise, if you ever need further information or perspectives on language education, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.
Thank you for your insights, Mr. Smith. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
That's an excellent question. In English language education, it's crucial to recognize and celebrate linguistic diversity. English is spoken with various accents and dialects worldwide, each representing unique cultural identities. By embracing linguistic diversity in the classroom and promoting a culture of inclusivity, we can create environments where all learners feel valued and respected.
Before I leave, I have one more question. How do you think English language education can address issues of diversity and inclusivity?
Educators can incorporate diverse perspectives, materials, and voices into their curriculum. This can involve using literature and media from different cultural backgrounds, incorporating topics related to social justice and global issues, and fostering open discussions where students feel empowered to share their experiences and viewpoints.
That's a vital point. How can educators ensure that their teaching practices are inclusive and culturally responsive?
You are welcome. I believe that by promoting diversity and inclusivity in English language education, we not only foster linguistic proficiency, but also cultivate empathy, understanding, and global citizenship among learners.
That sounds like a proactive approach to promoting inclusivity. Thank you for sharing your insights on this important topic.
It was my pleasure. If you ever need further information or perspectives, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a wonderful day.
Well said, Mr. Smith. I appreciate your time and expertise.
Goodbye.
You too. Goodbye.
Hannah, I'm currently teaching English as a second language, and I love for my students to get confident in producing English or increasing their listening ability. I know that you speak English as a second language, but you do such an amazing job and it's inspiring to me. So I love my students to improve and like it. And so because you're a perfect example, what are some strategies you have for my students so I could tell them?
Firstly, I worked on listening, and there are so many websites that are designed for English learners, and YouTube or any, so many sites that you can check on. Yeah, like that. I shall probably start with the listening first.
You said, firstly listening. Why is listening so important?
It's because when you want to communicate, of course, the English is a tool, communication tool, first, you have to understand what the speakers say. So first, I worked on listening. By listening to audio, or the sound, then you can learn vocab and also spelling, and you know the meaning, of course. Eventually, you can move on to the next English skill. That's why I start working on listening first.
What about anything else that you have any other strategies?
Personally, I found that learning vocab, and especially idioms, helped me a lot.
Yeah, idioms are tough.
Yes, because often I found it difficult to understand what the speakers say. I could hear, I could understand what the single words they say. But sometimes it was hard to sort of grasp the meaning what they are actually saying. So learning idioms or vocab helped me a lot, yeah.
When you learn the idioms, you can understand them. Did you ever use them yourself when you, tried it out in the wild, so to speak, using the idioms you learned?
Yes, I did it gradually. I mean, when I was in high school, I started speaking. I started studying English when I was in high school. First thing I did was visiting those websites that, designed for English speakers, English learners. At the same time, I start watching American TV dramas, and in that sense, you can sort of understand in what situation you can use those particular phrases or idioms. By learning the idioms and vocab and the settings or the environment, the situation you can use, then you can sort of actually try to use them. At the beginning I was so nervous, but
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, it's really difficult to use idioms in any language, but English has so many, I think. Another thing I wanted to ask you about production skills in English is writing. I try to give my students opportunities to write it in class, but in order to be a proficient and excellent English speaker, you need to practice outside of class. What do you recommend to improve students' writing abilities, besides just taking it for a test or for an assignment? What do you recommend?
yes, they are difficult. I myself have trouble still writing, because I'm not a good writer in my native language.
Oh no.
But I guess just reading will help you at the start. Reading something, reading text, or some passages will help you.
So if you know how to read, it can help you, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
To learn sort of the template, how will things goes and how you make paragraph and stuff. Probably if you want to get better at writing, I would start reading first, reading lots of passage, different kinds of materials first.
That's true, and I agree with that. One thing I wanted to have my students do is actually do like a journal, actually.
Yes,
Did you ever keep an English journal to help with your writing?
yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah.
How do you feel that helped you? Was that good? A good idea?
Yes. Because, first, when you write, unlike speaking or talking to somebody, it gives you time to really think about what you want to do, what you want to write, and you can focus on grammar more. That helps to actually talk to somebody maybe a day, right, next day, or you have to write something else in the class, that would help you. So keeping the journal will help you definitely, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much for the tips. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome.